Okay. I think I nailed it. Okay. I think it's just gonna have to be what it is what it is. That was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I literally was like, oh yeah, I'll just plug everything in, and I'm gonna take this off. Just plug everything in, and the lighting will be fine, and it'll make sense, and it'll just immediately work. I was overly confident. What a fun little experience. What's this? Oh! Oh my god. Am I mute? Stop. Oh my god. What in the fuck is happening? What in the fuck is happening? And I'm not even in focus. Oh my god, this is so hard. I'm genuinely cackling. And it's just gonna be randomly muted. Oh, and the volume's down. Am I mute? Okay, so it was working. Perfect. Okay, I'm done with that one. Oh, that light is still on. Oh. No, I don't. No, I'm not gonna bother. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. I already feel like I'm not even high anymore. I know I am, but you know what I mean. I haven't even like figured out my podcast anything, but I finally have an afternoon, and I was like, oh, perfect. I can get high during the day when the lighting is good, because otherwise, what does it matter if I'm doing this at night if the lighting's not even good during the day? But it is like overcast, so that's probably why. I have something really important to say. And that is that, sorry. That is it. Is that the important thing I have to say. I think I'm a little bit too high for this. I'm like giggly high and not chill brain thinking high. Like, I'm just thinking I'm too funny right now, and I really don't like how that makes me feel. The important thing that I have to say is that I'm gonna say it right now. Okay. Okay, this is really weird because I'm like feeling myself judge myself, and like, you're acting too silly and goofy and like giggly, and that's so annoying. And like, in my head I still feel like I'm like masking, because the entire time that I was doing that, in my head I was thinking, I hope I'm passing as like funny, giggly, cute. Like, I hope everything that I'm doing is like pleasing to someone else and not to myself. Ew. Yuck. Anyways, I have immediately lost track of everything that I was going to record, because now I'm like looking at how dark the camera is, but that's fine. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care, because I might not even release it. It doesn't matter. That Lost is one of the best shows ever. And I don't know if I think that this is a hot take, or if the hot take is that I forgot. I'm too high for this. If I'm gonna do this, I need to not take so much. Lost. This is stupid. I'm mad at myself. And I don't know if the hot take is that it is the best show because people hated it, or people like, I don't know, like hate fucked it, or what is it? Like hate fucking, or like hate watching. Yeah, because I feel like everybody complains about it, and then everybody is like sitting there being like, they had no idea what they were doing, and yada yada yada, and it's like, maybe they didn't know what they were doing, like when they were writing it, because it like very clearly has like a focus in the beginning of like something, but it's like, I feel like, and maybe it's just because I watched the show, but I feel like I get it. Even if they didn't mean to like kind of be able to weave all of it together a little, like enough, I feel like, aren't they really good writers then for them to be able to weave it not all at the same time, like without the overarching like plan? Like, were they writing episode 1 or like season 1 and being like, I don't know how this is gonna end, all I did was write a season? Is that how they write TV shows? Whoa, people really just write without any fucking thought, fly to the wind, or whatever that saying is. Wow, so you don't have to have it all figured out. You can just slowly weave the changes in. That's crazy. Anyways, I think that Lost is the best television show ever. In like the drama category. Because like obviously the answer for comedy would be Scrubs. Like drama wise, this show is fucking fantastic. And I love it and I hate it and I love to hate it. And does it just... I really hope I haven't been doing that this entire time. Anyways. Lost is the best. I've said it like 6 times now. Okay. It's the best show because, hear me out, I feel like even if the bones, like the skeleton of the show, don't really super duper make sense, it's still like figured out how to like be a human and like be able to like walk and move and like, you know, whatever. Even though there's just like little tiny things that are like different and wrong. It's like, no, it's not like that at all. I was thinking of like the boat where they take it from one place to another place, and like, is that a new boat or is it the same boat? Because you use the same pieces. Anyways. Or whatever. Even if the skeleton, meaning like the through storyline, obviously, spoiler alert, even if like the bones, skeleton, the through line, oh, the spoilers, okay, no, Return of Worlds, landed on there, and then it was like they're dealing with the other, excuse me, Hannah, they're dealing with the others, and then the others are actually Dharma, but actually like, oh wait, Dharma comes first, and then they're, well, kind of, and then the others, and then Ben comes in, and like Ben's like so mysterious and like knows all of these really weird things about the island, blah 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 blah, and then what? Oh, then it's like they like go back in time, and then then they find the boat. Then it's not Penny's boat, and then they get off the island, but then they go back in time, and then they're off the island, and then also back in time, and then they make this whole like new lives for themselves, and then they go back to the island, and then everybody's like slowly coming into like the same timeline zone thing, and then they're and then Juliet dies, and then they like really like themselves off on that because they showed the same cutscene like 7 times in 2 episodes. I don't know why that was necessary. It's like so noticeable. I mean, maybe only for me though. Anyways, so now the end. Even if they had no idea where that show was going when they started season 1, they just wrote like, this is the bad guy for, like, this is like the overarching theme, like, antagonist for season 1, and then they like blend, and then they weave it in, and then they make a season 2, like, you know. And I feel like I'm really hitting this over the head, but I also feel like I'm not making any sense. Even if they didn't know that, then they would like live these separate lives, and then actually it's Jacob and the brother, the devil guy, because it's like, remember you could like randomly see Jack's dad in season 1, so it's like, oh, supposedly like that was like the new form of like the evil guy, because it was like a dead body that had to like fly with them so that like he could jump into a new body, you know. And so that's why they had to have, well, that's why John had to die, because then he was the body. And now I'm in the part where it's like, oh, like he can't leave the island without them, not meaning he's taking them with him, but that he has to kill them all, because they're back on the island. I don't know if I specified that. And so, okay, even if that wasn't the plan the whole time, I think that the characters are so well written, with like very distinct and like well thought through and like believable back stories, and like using the flashbacks and like time travel and whatever, who cares, but like the character development and arc, I think, is so good that it doesn't really matter what the bones are doing. The big antagonists, yes, like changed over time, and I think that's what like everybody was so pissy about, was like, oh my god, no, it's time travel, and like the writers don't know what they're doing, and like now it's like the metaverse, or not meta, what is the fucking Avengers thing? Mega worlds, yeah, multiverse. Multiverse. Because it's like you're seeing like one version of them when they're back on the island, and then another version of them as if like Oceanic 815 never crashed. So it's like that was like a split in their multiverse, and then you're like seeing it play out, you know, because they like did the bomb thing, I think, where Juliet dies. I think that was what did it, or I don't think Daniel did it. I don't know what Daniel's doing. Oh yeah, and then that whole thing, as if that makes any sense to anybody. So yeah, I think that the character development is so good that like the antagonists don't really matter, because all the writers are doing is finding ways in which to like show the character development and the changes over time. But I also love that you can see like, oh, what if they were like completely the exact opposite? What is that movie with Seth Rogen where they play the exact opposites? This Is the End. Or like, well, what is, I don't know. I'm talking a lot. Oh! Anyways. Okay, so what I wanted to get on here to say originally, so this is me saying I think that Lost is one of the best television shows, like for drama. But I also have not seen a lot of television drama shows, but I don't know why Lost is like one of my hyper fixations. The Jin and Sun storyline arc, like character development, like I feel like there's another word for it, but it's like, you know, like the where you want to see them, whatever. Their change over time and growth as characters, I think, are the most well written ever. I'm saying this with so much confidence, and watch this get torn apart because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm so confident in what I'm saying. I am finishing the last season of my rewatch, like my 4th rewatch, and I just love seeing them progress and like become really close and then get pregnant, and then Sun has to come back and get Jin, and then they like, you know, come back together, and it's like they're the only ones that have like sacrificed but also like stayed true to a lot of their values together as a couple. Like they like figured their own way out to become like even closer, and I think that that's really cool. And yeah, their like death is like the only, I don't know, like, well, not the only thing that's ever made me feel anything. That would be insane. It's like the most heartbreaking because they did so much to progress as a couple, and like working through like their back story with like the Jin having to work for her dad, blah blah blah, and like her wanting to leave, blah blah blah. And so and then Sun knows English, and then Jin feels like super betrayed, and then he goes on the boat with Michael. Ugh, Michael. Yeah. And then he learns English, and then it's like, then they finally figure it out, and then they find out they're pregnant, and then they're so excited, and then it was like a whole thing like, is Jin the dad? Because the timing is really weird, and Sun like falls back in love with him, and then Jin gets fucking jacked and really hot. He was hot the whole time, but like, I feel like his jawline just chiseled out between like season 1 to season 4. I don't know. Oh, and then they get separated because Sun gets home unlost, and the Jen goes back in time, LaFleur, blah 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 blah. And so is that anti-Semitic? I mean that in the most like, I've never felt more like me unless I'm doing this, you know? I need to just get to the fucking point. Oh yeah, so then they're separated for 3 years. She has a whole ass baby by herself, cuts out her entire family, has her daughter, raises her daughter, like the daughter's 3, leaves the daughter at her only chance to try and get Jin back. Was she working with Ben for a little bit? I don't remember. But yeah, goes back to save Jin. But then like it takes forever for them to like reunite in the season. It's like they're constantly like, one's on one side of the island and the other one's on the other island, and then they're like, everyone has like ulterior motives, and then what's his face, John Locke, right? John Locke kills Jacob, and then it's this whole thing. Because then it's like, do you trust this guy? What is his fucking name? I don't know. And Richard. So yeah. I just think it's like the best character development because then it's like, I think I think season 6 is like short. But it takes forever for them to get you reunited, even though they're in the same time zone, on the same, like, well, technically they're on different islands. Anyways, but it's like, you know, the whole time that they're almost so close to each other and they're trying to find their way back to each other so badly. So it's like they're making these decisions only to be able to find the other person. And then at the fucking last call, get reunited, like, they finally figure out a plan to get off the island, and they fucking die in the submarine. Devastating. Because not only does Jin look so hot and so like romantic and strong, because he's like trying to lift the thing off of Sun, because like the submarine explodes, and I sound insane if people have not seen this show. And then the submarine, and then the hatch, the numbers. Oh my god. I forgot all about that. Because Desmond, oh my god, Desmond, not Penny's boat. I did remember that one. Anyways. Yeah, he's like trying to like lift the stuff off of her, and like she knows that there's no use and she's gonna die, so she's telling Jin to leave her, because also he's never met his daughter, by the way, and she's like, no, like, you live, you can, like, you go be with our daughter and raise our daughter, like, I'm useless, I'm dying no matter what, you go and like live with our daughter. And then he goes like, I'm never leaving you again. And oh my god, I literally felt like I was gonna throw up. That was when my edible had just hit, but I feel like I felt like my heart break, and it like sunk into my stomach, and then like this whole area was just like hot, like heartburn, but like not in my digestive tract, like my respiratory tract. Yeah. And then it's like, I feel insane, because then I'm like, do I feel this way about Connor? Like, obviously, he is the love of my life, but would I maybe because I'm like looking from the outside, but it's like, how devastating to like have that happen, and like, oh, like your last moments just being like, there's so many things that we didn't get to do together. Maybe that's me being a pessimist, and most people would think, oh, do most people think that it's they think of all the amazing things that they did in life and not all the things that they regret not doing? My contacts just dried out. I need to take a nap. Woof. That was crazy. Because all I would be is like, I would just be so sad and devastated and scared that it's just like, I can't believe that there were so many things that we didn't get to do together. And not, wow, what an amazing life I had. Oh my god. Fuck. What the fuck? Anyways, obviously I feel that way about Connor, but it's more like, in like a weird, like, they're going through so much trauma on this show that it's like, oh my god, like, what a devastating, like, end for me and you, that it feels like, do I feel that way? Like, on that deep of a level, because of all the things they had to overcome to like be together. only for that to be the end. Like, is it better to feel happy that I wouldn't feel that way because we haven't gone through all of the traumas and ups and downs? As big as those? As big as, like, not time traveling and having a baby without him and, like, being trapped on a desert island. And is it a desert island? No, it's more of a tropical island because it is in Fiji. Yeah, so I think that it's better to not feel like what a tragic ending to our characters, like me and Connor as people, like that being our doom, because we didn't have to overcome so much that it doesn't feel as unfair of an ending. Not that obviously I would want to drown, but you know what I mean, where it's like, it's so bad that the payoff, or like all of like the struggles and like things that they've been through in their like character development is so good that just for that to be the ending of their characters is so devastating, because you wanted them so much to be together and like have their daughter together, and like Sun coming back and rescuing Jin is like so cool because like she's like so fucking badass. And then Jin like becomes a feminist and is like, dude, my wife is so badass. Like, look at, like, she came to get me because she like loves me so much. Like, she came back for me. When I would so just assume, like, don't bother, it's fine. If you can, maybe like come back for me, but it's, I get it if you don't. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because finding the through line, because Connor and I have not like been through that deeply of a traumatic whatever ups and downs, that it's like we've had little like good growth, but it's like not like, you know, like that. Well, I guess if it is over like 6 years on the island, Connor and I have grown a lot in 6 years. We had 2 whole ass kids. And then other things happened. See, but that's the thing, is it's insane for me to sit here and romanticize Lost. I'm sitting here like, you know, jerking off to like character development and like all of these really, really bad, crazy up and downs and like dramatic things, and like, and all I'm doing is like thinking that my life should be like a TV show. Because I assume everybody knows that we're on a TV show for the simulation. But not in like simulation, but like in a way. Sorry, I'm like getting in my head about how I'm looking and how I'm being perceived. Anyways, your life is on a TV show. And I think that's why sometimes I hurt my own feelings, because I'm like, Connor doesn't like show me TV show love. Like, I don't see him do these things, and it's like, why would he? It's like, that's not real. It's a TV show. And not only is it a TV show, it's, what is it? It's a sci-fi drama? Is that count as sci-fi? Because there is the black smoke monster. Is Lost sci-fi? No. Getting my feelings hurt because Connor doesn't treat me... Oh, is that a bad example? I think that's a bad example. I was gonna say Galaxy Quest, like with Tim Allen and Alan Rickman, R.I.P. And I forget the other guy. Not Floops Fluglies, but his assistant guy that turns into the hands. Yeah, I guess that's what autism is assuming that I am being perceived as if I am the main character, and it's a lot of pressure to feel like I have to live up to that in how people view me, but not in a way of like how people view me, but in how people are judging me by how they view me. Is that right? If someone's judging me, someone's judging me, but that's like in the TV show, but then there's an audience watching the TV show, and I'm worried about what the audience is thinking. And that's crazy, which is why this is literally ties in to what Connor and I were talking about last night. I don't realize how, like, that people don't know I'm breaking the fourth wall in my head. And so I think that they're in on it because in my head I'm breaking the fourth wall and letting them in on it. But that's because I think that we're in a TV show and there's a whole separate audience judging me on how I'm interacting with this other person. So it's like I'm letting the audience in, but I'm not letting the character in, but the character is the person in real life and there is no audience. So it's like I'm letting in people that don't exist and not the person that's actually in front of me. I don't know. It makes life more fun to think of my world like that, though. I definitely enjoy it, but it does lead to some very confusing moments. That's 35 minutes of eventually getting to the point of Lost. And then I guess rocking my own world because, whoa, I already forgot what I realized. Yeah, so I guess that was the first episode, or an intro. This being the first episode people listen to is wild. Sorry I wasn't listening. Bonus features, because I thought that was fun, because it's like, you get to see inside my head, which is like all the bonus features, like I'm telling you like it's like the commentary where like the director talks in the background or the foreground and you're watching the movie with them and they're commenting on it. That's so funny. And then like a blooper reel. Wait, yeah. That's so funny. But I was thinking it would be fun to name when Scott comes on. And then it's like bonus features because then you get to see inside two people's minds. Or sour milk. I liked that one because we literally just stopped breastfeeding and I thought that was really funny. I must have put her on a different... Nope. Maybe I deleted it already because I was like, yeah, I love this idea. I should go with it and then not say anything else. Okay, oh my god, shut up. Okay, la 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 la. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it, I don't know. Okay, so it's either going to be Sorry I Wasn't Listening, because I just think that's funny and ironic. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like right on a wedding day. You know, was that cringe or am I just not used to going for it? Something to explore in therapy. I hope it's not hard to edit this. I'm gonna be really annoyed. I wish I had a team to just do stuff for me. Because I really am just the personality. I can do nothing else. And that's why Lost... Excuse me. Oh! Sorry I forgot I'm human. Or, sorry I wasn't listening. Why am I sorry twice? I think it just feels like it's more ironic when it's sorry. Because if you just say, I forgot I'm human, that's like clunky. But, sorry, I forgot I'm human. It feels a little less clunky to me. And sorry I wasn't listening. Because then it's like, you can't just say, I wasn't listening. Like, that's cunty. But not cunty in a good way, cunty in a bad way. I just want to reaffirm that. What if, yeah, so then it's like, sorry, like, you have ear pods in, but someone is talking, this is literally my husband, and doesn't realize that I can't fucking hear anything, even though he sees that I have ears in, and should know I have it on literal noise canceling, so all I hear is womp, 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 womp. And not in, like, my husband is annoying way, but in, like, the noise canceling muffled way. Like, literally, that's what he sounds like. That probably, I feel like that sounded mean, but I didn't mean, I meant it literally and not figuratively. Just to make that clear. Just to really hit it over the head. It's like, oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you, I wasn't listening. Like, can you repeat it? But it's kind of in like a, oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. It's like a, I don't know, I think that's funny. Because that's how I feel like in my head. Like, sorry, I wasn't listening. And also, sorry, I forgot I'm human. You know when people were talking about 5D during COVID? I know that this sounds so annoying, but I actually truly do believe in that. But I don't think that I have the same definition of 5D as they have. Because theirs is like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Like, weird, manifesty, but like not in a hippie way, but in like a controlling way. Not in like a, oh, I really hope but I get this for the future and I'm gonna think positive thoughts. It's like, I'm gonna think this every day until I get what I want. Like, it feels like manifesting with like not good intentions. But like sometimes it still happens, which again is manifesting real, who fucking knows. But in like a what was I saying? Yeah, I believe in 5D and like, oh, you have like so many different layers to you. It's like if 4 is me just being in my head overthinking, and then 5 is then unwrapping what I'm overthinking, and then like, okay, it's like if a tangled ball of yarn is, ooh, I hope that it, okay, if my brain is a like bucket of tangled up yarn, it's like 5D, like going one more like version into myself to like focus on this one color of yarn, and then I like unravel and like wrap that one up, like separate it from the group, just one. So I still have like this whole tangled knot of yarn that is like needs to be unraveled and figured out and like whatever. But like in that specific scenario, when I have like those big realizations, it feels like, oh, I just finished unraveling that portion, like that part, or like that limiting belief. And now I can like put that away. And then like, but also like I have a big tangled brain of yarn, but then like you're also kind of like slowly working on things like a little bit at a time. So it's like I'm not just sitting here like leveling up one version of myself. It's like I'm kind of slowly leveling up all the little different things so that you kind of like rise as a level together versus like, I'm like pie charting now. This is, so then it's like, oh, social awareness, like complete. Oh, can't do that anymore. What was I saying? It's like in video. Okay, so it's like in video games. I feel like the analogy, everybody gets it, but if you don't get that analogy, it's like playing video games. But like specifically, like, you can say like Assassin's Creed. For the audience, for people who don't know, because nobody knows except Connor, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is like one of my all-time favorite games, and I've played it through all the way with the DLCs 4 times. And I complete every mission and find I 100% the game every single time I play it. I love that game so much. It's beautiful. I love it. It's my comfort game. But there's like different like skill points that you achieve, and like where you choose to like spend your skill points is like different from player to player. So like I'm either focusing on upping my stealth all the way, or I'm focusing on upping my like bow shot, because I like to use like stealth and then like cover takedowns. So like that's what I like about Assassin's Creed. It's like a lot of sneaking and like a good way to like get in and kill everybody. Whereas Connor is like, he's more like sword, like hand-to-hand combat, like swords, or like, not like the powers, but like the special whatever. So like we spend our skill points elsewhere, so, or like different places. But it's like, but eventually you still upgrade the other things kind of along the way, but like you're focusing more on that specific skill point. The one that I want to focus on is at like 70%. And then my other stuff is like 45. So it's like you're still upping the other ones and like unraveling those specific balls of yarn, because like you, like it just, that's how you unravel yarn. Like it's really hard unless you like sit there and cut it and then tie it back together, which sometimes I do. Not gonna lie. It feels like, oh, I finally finished unraveling that ball of yarn, and now I can put that away and then kind of focus on the other stuff. But then, you know, sometimes your kid comes in and they steal your yarn and then unwrap it and then wrap it all over their body in like the most unsafe way possible and run around, and then it gets stuck on stuff, and then they're having a whole fucking meltdown. Oh, bird. I said purr, that's funny. Yeah, when you told them not to like fucking touch your yarn because you didn't want it to get tied up. So it's like, it's unraveled and like tied up. Oh my god, this is such a good analogy. I can't wait for Connor to hear this. So that ball of yarn, that color is like all fucked up, and you need to like unravel it and like untangle it, right? But it didn't get tangled back in with like your big ball of yarn brain. It's still separated, but like sometimes you kind of forget the point. And I'm not saying that in like a weird existential dread. I would tell you that if I was. But yeah, it's like sometimes you have to be like reminded of the lesson. Like, oh yeah, I don't have to think that way. Oh yeah, I can just go do this whenever the fuck I want. You know? And like, I love that. Especially in parenting, I love that, because it's like, oh yeah, who made that fucking rule? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm a bad mom. I like never change Nellie into actual clothes. I always just let her pajama chill. She gets a new set of pajamas every night before she goes to bed, but like most, I would say like 90% of the days, she's rocking pajamas all day. And one, she's got cute ass fucking pajamas, and she is a cozy girl. She loves a good like texture, like a good texture. But like, I don't know, when like old people will comment and be like, oh, someone didn't get out of their pajamas this morning. And you're like, yeah, the kids too. They're not showing up to a 9-to-5 job. Like, why would they need it? Like, if they're gonna enjoy childhood, they should be able to just stay in their, like, who fucking cares? And maybe I'm not just a lazy fuck, but this is what I wear 90% of the time, is a baggy t-shirt and baggy sweats. And I don't care if people judge me, because I'm warm and cozy. And for once, I'm focusing on what feels good to me and not what I appear like to other people. I haven't done that in a while, obviously. Yeah, that was a good-ass analogy. My neck hurts. Oh, my coffee. Ooh, I'm gonna get another coffee before I get Nelly, I think. So yeah, sometimes you need to like remember, and you kind of locks in again, and you can put it away again, and then you forget. And that is just basically being a human. And some people don't want to untangle anything in their brain, and I am sad for them, because it's really fun to learn new things about myself and to like, I don't know, maybe it's because I've always had really shitty self-worth and like self-value, but I'm like, oh, I'm not a piece of shit. It's just that voice in my head that was telling me that. And what I realized recently is that voice is cunty God, but not cunty in the good way, cunty in the bad way. And that's what the episode is going to be called. I'm Kat, and I need to sign off. What stupid thing do I have in my notes that I could say? And this has been the best thought I've ever had. Honestly, I don't hate it. That's actually so funny. And this is, what if I like sour milk? What if it doesn't have to be a pun? What if it doesn't have to be ironic? And it can just be stupid? Because there's Trash Tuesday. That's just stupid and arbitrary. But it's funny. Like, not stupid, but I'm not saying this to be mean. I don't have to be, like, constantly prove that I'm smart. Because I'm doing it as like a, look at me, that's such a good joke, I'm so smart, like I'm such a comedian. But Rick Glassman, who you'll be hearing a lot about because he is also the love of my life. But I'm not actually married to him. Anyways, you know when you were like 13 and you loved Ron Weasley from Harry Potter? Obviously Harry Potter. And it like a new movie would come out and they would do press and you would like see what they looked like now at like 14 and 15 and 16 and 17, and you were like so, as I do this, and you were like so madly and deeply in love with them that it hurt. Like it hurt your heart and it hurt your body, and you just like fantasized constantly. Like you were just constantly in a daydream of like, oh, I wonder what like going to lunch would be like with them as my husband, or like what our life would look like with kids, and what would our kids' names be, like really, really like insanely specific. I don't want to use the word intimate because it's like not intimate, but it's like it like the small intimate details, bird, of like your life, like, oh, like this is how I love my coffee and only my husband knows that, like that kind of intimate. and you fantasize and you're just in love with them for like 5 years. So maybe still today. Also, D-Rad too, because he doesn't give a fuck, and I honestly am so in love with that. Still, love you forever, Dan Rad. Shout out. Shout out Dan Rad. No, but shout out Rick Glassman, because I am madly, truly in love with him, and I joke with Connor that, when he dies, Rick will be my next husband. Even though Rick has literally no idea who I am. He probably has never even seen a single comment I've left. Because I'm too scared of what he thinks about me already. As if, like, I should care. Because I'll probably never meet him and never, like, have an impact on his life. So why should I care about, like, what he cares about me? Just because, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting too convoluted. But anyways, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, sour milk. Oh yeah, because I want him to think that I'm smart, funny, and like can be like do a bit and like be ironic. And I could just be Esther and have Trash Tuesday. Well, her other one, I guess she has a Patreon and it's called Group Therapy, which is also really cute. But also, why am I sitting here acting like I should be comparing myself to stand-up comedians because I'm literally barely funny? I'm the only one that thinks I'm funny. Is that what being a comedian is? Is you just think that you're so funny that you want to share that funny with other people? I feel like that's like a little less like aggressive as like, you have to think I'm funny. You have to sit in those seats and I look at you and I say things and you laugh at them. You know what I mean? I don't mean it in that way, obviously. I mean it in like the I'm so I already said. I said what I mean. They get it. They get it. Yeah, I need to eat something and finish my coffee because I need to stay awake so that I can pick Nelly up. So yeah, also maybe sour milk. Okay, that's it. Oh, exactly an hour almost. So it's not exact at all. Okay, love you, bye.